Hey there, welcome in. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and I had some puff pastry and some celery, carrots, onions, and chicken thighs. And today we're gonna make some heart-shaped Valentine's chicken pot ham pies. And it's gonna be fun, and let's do it. I've got a skillet going over medium-low heat, or medium-lowish, and got some butter in here, and it's starting to bubble a little bit. And now we're going to put in a mirepoix, some carrots, celery, and onions. I have finely diced these because, unfortunately, the heart-shaped cookie cutter that I have, the biggest one is still pretty small. So these hand pies are going to be sort of small. That's why I diced the vegetables, and we're going to dice the chicken small too. We're going to stir these up to blend them together and incorporate all these vegetables into our mirepoix. And now we're going to season them up with some salt and pepper. Little splash of garlic powder. I like it. You can skip that if you want. The only thyme I have is dried thyme. So I'm going to incorporate that first. Into our buttery vegetables. And then I had some sage and rosemary in my garden that is alive, so we're gonna, and that's fresh, so that doesn't need to be cooked as much as the thyme. And now we're gonna mix this in, leave it on medium-low, cook these down till they're nicely softened, and then we're going to make our chicken hand pie filling. And then we're gonna build our hand pies and bake them up, and they're gonna be pretty fun. I have a kind of a fun idea to finish them. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but we're gonna give it a shot. And let's wait till these are softened, and then we'll keep going. While our vegetables are cooking, we are going to cut up our poached chicken thighs, and those are gonna be in a small dice like the vegetables. We're gonna start by going this way. I don't know if I'm going to need all this chicken, but we'll see how it comes out. Okay, these strips are pretty thin, and now I've turned them around, and we're going to go the other way, and it makes a nicely little diced chicken. About that big. And we're going to keep going till it's done. Here's our chicken all chopped up, and I think we're going to definitely need all of it. Our vegetables are softening up nicely, so we're going to be continuing on real soon. Our mirepoix is softened up very nicely, and now what we're going to do is sprinkle it with some flour. I want this to be a thick sauce, so we're going to start with a couple of tablespoons. Stir it in. I'm going to add just a little bit more, and then we're going to cook it down for a couple of minutes to get rid of the starchiness of this flour. I think that'll be a good roux consistency. Get it all in there. We're going to start our gravy with a little bit of the poaching liquid. There's too much stuff in here, so I didn't save it. But it's going to add some more chickeny flavor. I think that'll do. And now some chicken broth. Stir that around constantly. get to the desired thickness. It's gonna be good. Now we're gonna make it creamy with a little splash of half and half. Still pretty thick. We might have to add a little more stock. Here comes our chicken. In we go. It's going to be very chickeny. And we're going to thin it out just a little bit. So here comes just a little more chicken stock. Because these are hand pies, that's why I want the sauce to be thick. So doesn't come, when you take a bite out of it, it doesn't come dripping all down your arms and all over your clothes. It's just gonna be thick and yummy and creamy. Let's see how that consistency comes out. Here's our chicken pot pie filling, creamy and yummy. And what I want to do at the end is I want to brighten it up with just a splash of lemon juice. That should be good. Here is puff pastry sheet number 1. I'm not going to roll these out thinner, but you do want to pinch the seams together. Now we're going to take our heart cookie cutter and see how many hearts we can get out of this thing. Here we are. I came up with 8 bottoms, and now we're going to do the tops. Here are our 8 tops, and those are going to be vented. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I might use this to cut a circle. I wish that I could put a heart shape in the middle, but my smallest heart-shaped cookie cutter is a little big, or maybe not. Let's see what works out. I managed to do it by hand. They're not perfect, but when they puff up, they're not gonna, they may not look like hearts anyway. Up of it. These are our tops. So now let's fill them up and bake them up. We have our bottoms. We have our filling. I think this may be a good amount, or maybe too much. And we'll see if I have any more puff pastry left. They look kind of puffy, but we're going to stretch them out and make them fit. The first thing I'm going to do is move some of this up into the top and shape it all around. One more thing I want to do right now is make an edge. So we're going to start with this guy. We take a little knife or a spoon or something, reach in underneath the filling and stretch it out. Oops, that's a hole, not good. But we're gonna seal these with a fork, so that'll work. And level out the edges. Okay, mostly done. We created our edge. And now it's ready to top these off. Let's even them out. We'll place the tops on first. Now let's line them up. And that way we can turn them around, seal them up. And now we'll put it back and we'll continue on with the rest of these. Just stretch this out a little bit. This area needs to be just done by hand. And there we go. Shaped up, crimped up, looking good. Let's hope they don't leak when we cook them. But we have one more thing I want to try. We're going to make an egg wash to brush these guys with, because that'll make them nicely browned and shiny. Okay, the oven is preheated to 400 degrees. Now we're going to brush these guys. All around the edges. And we're going to continue on till they're all done. Our heart-shaped ham pies are all brushed up. I had kind of a fun thought because it's Valentine's Day and I had some red food coloring in my cabinet. And I think I'd like to put on a red edge. Now, if you're against red food coloring, don't do it. But I thought it might be fun, and I thought it might come out looking good. Here we have our Valentine's Day heart-shaped chicken ham pies, and they are going in the oven, and they should be coming out in 15 minutes or so, and we'll see what they look like and taste like. Our Valentine's Day chicken ham pies are out of the oven, looking cool. Hopefully they taste as good as they look. And now we're gonna put them on a plate, cut one in half, and see what they look like in the middle. Here we are on our plate. Those red edges are pretty cool. I'm kind of excited that I did that. And now let's see what they look like on the inside. Here's what we look like on the inside. Creamy and chickeny and vegetable-y. And now we're gonna take a bite. Thank you for joining me while we had a Valentine's Day play day. Here is our Valentine's Day chicken ham pies. We got half a heart. And now we're going in. So yummy. And thank you for joining me. If you want more gravy, you can top these with more gravy or dip them in more gravy. They're nice and creamy on the inside though, so I don't think they need more. But happy Valentine's Day, and we'll see you soon.